if you're thinking of stopping drinking or controlling your drinking or taking a break from drinking, you need to watch this video because there's something that you need to do before you make that decision. Today in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to do to fix the root cause of your drinking. This is going to be something that you will have never heard before. I'm not going to be talking to you about childhood trauma or being born with some genetic disorder, like some genetic thing in your family. I'm not going to call you an alcoholic. In fact, by the end of this video, you're not even going to need to use willpower. Because like I said, we are going to fix the root cause of your drinking. How do I know how to do this? Well, my name is Leon Sylvester. I'm the founder of SoberClear.com, which is a coaching company that helps business owners and professionals stop drinking. I've not drank myself for over 6 years. I've made 600 videos talking about not drinking. I've been featured already in Men's Health. I've been on national news. I've helped hundreds of clients stop drinking. And in short, what I'm going to tell you today works. It'll be like nothing you ever heard before, so let's dive straight into it. But to understand this, I need to tell you how I figured it out. And I actually figured this out by surrounding myself with criminals and drug dealers as a teenager. Sounds weird, but just wait. So I grew up in the north of England, and I didn't grow up in the best area. I grew up in a council house, which is like welfare housing. And as a young man in the world, I didn't have a great deal of positive influences. You know, a lot of people that I was around were criminals, they sold drugs, they drank alcohol, I don't know what happened, but it was like I was just attracting bad things into my life. And for some strange reason, at about maybe 18 years of age, I started reading this American self-help content. Things like Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Way of the Superior Man. There was Tim Ferriss. There were these authors when I was young that I started reading. And for the first time in 18 years, something started shifting in my mind. And you'll see how this is all related to alcohol very shortly. But for the first time in my life, after getting these new inputs into my mind, I started thinking positively. I was no longer thinking, what's the point of life? Why bother? Why try? You're never going to make it. And for the first time ever, these new ideas came into my mind of, why not you as well? Now, the self-help genre, the business genre, some people love it, some people hate it, but at that age, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. For the first time ever, I had hope. I had a vision for a better quality of life. Now listen, despite having this hope and this vision and thinking I could be successful, I still had a battle with alcohol. I battled with alcohol for close to 10 years, but having this new worldview that I could be somebody, I could be better, changed my life forever. There's no question about it. And I'll never forget, growing up, there was a girl at high school that said to me, Leon, you're either going to be rich, dead, or in prison. And I'll never forget it. And as a teenager, my life was on the wrong trajectory. But with these new ideas, these new inputs, this new way of thinking, everything started to change. And I'll never forget watching this YouTube video of this guy that explained how an online business worked. And he just explained the steps, the process, the individual parts of the online business. He explained how it worked. And that was another thing. It was a free video I watched online where I was like, oh my days, I can do it as well. And at the end of the day, that's why I make these videos, right? Other people gave freely to me through books, through videos, through content, through whatever, and they helped me change my thinking. And that's what I'm trying to do with these videos as well, is I'm trying to help you shift your thinking to start seeing alcohol for what it is, to start seeing alcohol as the one thing in your life that's holding you back, that's slowing you down, that's giving you nothing. So anyway, let's bring it back to alcohol. What's going on here? Well, it's a formula. We have inputs, we have beliefs, and we have outputs. When I was growing up as a teenager, I had a ton of negative inputs, which then created certain beliefs. You're not good enough, you're never going to make it, there's no point, which then created outputs, which was why my life was such a disaster in my early years. Now, also in this formula is you also have feedback. You can look at the outputs that you're creating, and then you can then look back at the inputs, and then you can change those inputs. Now, whilst I was growing up, I didn't realize that I could change my inputs. I didn't know that I could do this. But let's just look at this formula and think about alcohol. If you surround yourself with drinkers, with heavy drinkers, with people that drink, what are your inputs? Oh, let's go for a beer. Oh, drinking's awesome. Oh, this, that. But then don't forget, as well as the people that we've got around us, we've got these constant bombardment of inputs from media, from marketing messages, from all sorts of stuff, watching it, their product placements in the movies, etc., etc., etc. So we have all these inputs with alcohol. And all of these inputs are designed to get us to believe one thing, that drinking alcohol is a good, positive, beneficial thing that enhances our life. That's it. That's the goal of all alcohol marketing. It's to get you to believe that alcohol is a good thing. And then we've got our outputs, our results. And for 99% of the population, what happens? Well, we've got these inputs, we've got this belief, and then the output is obviously to drink. And here's the root cause of 99% of drinking problems, is they never change their inputs. They wake up hungover, they say, I'm going to stop drinking, I can't be bothered with this anymore. And then the cycle repeats. So how do we fix things? How do we stop drinking? Well, it's the exact same way that I was able to change my outlook and my beliefs very early on in life. I changed my inputs. And listen, this is the secret. This is how you stop drinking. You need to change your inputs. Absolutely need. I don't care if you go to AA. I don't care if you're trying to do it on your own using willpower. If you join my program, it makes no difference. You still need to change your inputs because the inputs that you've had into your life up until this point have created beliefs which have created your drinking. And if you had different inputs and different beliefs, I promise you right now that you wouldn't drink ever again. If I could put my mind and my beliefs and my ideas straight into your mind, you would never drink again. Because I don't see alcohol as something that enhances my life at all. I know for sure that alcohol will give me nothing. All it will do is take. And if you could see alcohol that way, it would be like the flick of a switch, you'd be done for the rest of your life. But this is the first step. It's changing your inputs. It's changing what information you're absorbing about alcohol, which is why I make these videos. It's why I have a course element in my Stop Drinking program to give people new inputs to help them shift their beliefs, because that's the next step, right? After getting these inputs for long enough, your beliefs will start shifting. And beliefs are things that we can't change like that. It takes time, but eventually, once you start shifting your beliefs and you start seeing alcohol differently, then the output is to stop drinking or drink less. Then obviously you also have the feedback side of this, which is doing some introspection, right? It's really thinking, okay, I didn't drink for a week now. How much better is my life? How much better do I feel? Why is my wife looking at me differently? She seems happier with me. And what we're really trying to do here is create this positive feedback loop. Inputs is alcohol is poison. Belief is I don't want to drink. Output is not drinking. Feedback is okay, wow, I've lost 2 pounds today. Let's do it again. And listen, if you've made it this far into this video, you're different. You're not like 99% of people. Now, if you want help stopping drinking and you want help shifting your beliefs and having some totally new inputs, you've got 2 options. You can either do it on your own, you can keep studying my videos, you can buy some books, you can watch other YouTube channels, you can get those ideas yourself. But if you want to make it quicker, more enjoyable, more predictable, and more fun, then we should do it together. You and I should work together and shift those beliefs. I've already done this with hundreds of clients now, clients from NASA, Forbes, JP Morgan. And if you want to see if it's a good fit, I've set aside some time over the next few days to jump on a short call with you. And if you want to book one of those calls, just go ahead and click the link in the description. There's a very limited amount of time that I've got on the calendar over the next few days. So if you're serious, just go ahead and click the link now. But on that call, I'll basically be giving you a roadmap of how we work with clients and help them shift their beliefs. We use a new method called first principles thinking. It's something completely different to everything else out there. So again, if you want to do it together, just go ahead and click the link down below, book one of those calls. And if you need a bit more information, just go over to soberclear.com. You can learn more about the method, the reviews of other people that have already helped. But at the end of the day, I know you can do this. And if you click the video on the screen now, you can learn some of the warning signs that alcohol could be killing you. Have a great day.